The Renault Zoe joins the Fluent Saloon, Kangoo van and Tiny Twizy in the French firm's all-electric lineup, based on the Clio platform, although slightly longer and taller, resulting in a slightly bulbous exterior, making it seem a lot larger than the Clio. It has some smart touches though, like the blue detailing in the head and tail lights and the blue tint to the windows, while the oversized Renault badge on the front doubles as the charging point. Inside, the centre console is carried over from the Clio, but there's now a TFT screen instead of dials showing you the car's range. Although flourishes include a dashboard design inspired by the blade of a wind turbine, the overall effect is very similar to any other conventionally powered Super Mini, and that's a good thing. Practicality is on a par with a normal Super Mini as well. For example, although these seats are folding, they don't lie flat, which is to be expected. And then when you're using them for passengers, leg room and headroom is decent enough. And the extra space overall means that this boot is actually slightly larger than the Clio's, which is perfect if you want to transport extra items. For example, your charging lead, which comes in a very handy Renault bag. Well, it certainly does feel spacious in here, and elements give it a really futuristic theme. Storage is about the same as it is in the Clio, so the big bottle fits in the door bin, and you've got various other places to store your everyday items. In terms of spec, even the entry-level model comes with cruise control, climate control, and a multimedia system with built-in TomTom sat-nav. Go up the scale and you get parking sensors and automatic headlights. To get comfortable for driving, there is plenty of adjustments to be made. There's reach and rake, and the battery sits below the seats, which means that you do sit fairly high up. Which does take a bit of getting used to, as do the regenerative brakes. Once you do though, you appreciate how sharp they are, and the high seating position gives a good commanding view of the road. It doesn't impact on headroom, and combine that with the light controls and the lack of gearbox makes the Zoe incredibly easy to drive around town. In fact, it feels quite nippy. Despite having a fairly low brake horsepower figure, the electric motor gives the car instant acceleration, resulting in a 0 to 30 time of just 4 seconds. Don't get too carried away, I did say 0 to 30 and not 60. However, that is still relatively rapid. Push on though, and you do notice it running out of puff a bit, and it struggles on steep inclines. Which brings me on to a few points I don't like about the Zoe, and just like with the Vauxhall Adam, apologies if your name is Zoe, I am still talking about the car. Running costs extend to the battery, which you have to rent from Renault, prices starting at £70 a month, and just like other electric vehicles, the range is approximately 100 miles, which is a bit of an issue if you have a longer journey to do. However, it only costs £3 to charge up, and the home charge point comes with the purchase. And for those that say there are CO2 emissions associated with generating the electricity in the first place, yes, you are right, but a very clever formula tells me that it is just 54 grams per kilometre of CO2, which is pretty good. Plus, it scored the maximum 5 stars in the very latest and more stringent Euro NCAP safety tests. And for those reasons, this is a very good buy for those wanting an electric Super Mini.